Well, I'm currently in Beijing at the moment, and there has been very few new cases so far. So business is almost back to usual already in Beijing. We have to understand that the Chinese economy is different from the US economy in the sense that services as a share of GDP is relatively much lower, and a lot of it is production. And the government has been really keeping an emphasis on keeping the supply chains, logistic chains, production chains fully operational. So what we've been hearing is two-thirds, at least two-thirds of the business all around the eastern provinces are just back to normal.
I do want to ask you about the data, because there is a lot of skepticism, I would say, in a country the size of China, with a population the size of China, that officially the registration of new infections is so low. Is that credible?
Well, first of all, I don't think any country in the world is taking up the measures that we have been taking in the last few months, even today. It's a strict monitoring of pretty much every single individual they can catch is monitored. I have returned from London, and I have 8 people watching over me just in my apartment alone. And social behavior has fundamentally changed even after going back to work. And so this kind of strictness, I mean, using technological surveillance, all kind of punishment schemes, has not been seen anywhere else in the world. However, as controlled as it is now, we've contained the virus. We still cannot say for sure that there will not be a second wave when businesses are fully operational. And that's data that will be very important, not only for China, but for the rest of the world.
Yeah, Professor, good morning to you. It's the rest of the world I want to talk about as well. The hundreds of billions of dollars of Chinese exports we see globally are in absolute jeopardy. We know that there's been a pivot to look more at the domestic economy in the last couple of years as well, but those exports are absolutely key for the Chinese economy. Until coronavirus is overcome on the other side of the Pacific and in Europe and elsewhere, the Chinese economy is going to remain in the doldrums, isn't it?
No, I think that I would say that the domestic demand is actually where the Chinese government is currently focusing. You can see that they are their measures to rescue the economy is really targeting small and medium-sized businesses, and that services mostly the domestic demand. However, that said, they want to make sure that trade is maintained, and especially supply chains, with a view of critically supplying these parts to different parts of the world. As Chinese economy starts to recover while the rest of the world starts to sink, it's lucky in some sense for the rest of the world that there's a staggered kind of recovery and economic downturn. But they have put in also promotion for trade policies exactly to serve that purpose. But I would say that the majority of the focus is still on relying on domestic demand to help with the Chinese economic recovery.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.